Yeah.
All right, so Corey mentions the expansion enemies. They are first up on the clock. Making the selections in the first 2 rounds of the Big 3 draft is League Commissioner Clyde the Glide Drexler. He needs no introduction, but I love reminding folks, a 10-time All-Star. He was named one of the 50 all-time NBA greats. Of course, a gold medal with the Dream Team, and a 2-time Naismith inductee. He's in as a player in the NBA and also a member of that gold medal winning Dream Team. Clyde Drexler to welcome us to the draft. Clyde?
All right, welcome to the 2019 Big 3 draft. The enemies are on the clock with the number 1 pick in this draft. They have 3 minutes to make their decision.
All right, Clyde, thank you very much. 3 minutes on the clock. The enemies, I mentioned, they've had plenty of time to think about what they're going to do,
Where
but
is
less
the
than
clock?
24 hours from the player combine yesterday. So they're looking at what they saw yesterday, kind of making a group decision. Back to what you said, Corey, knowing what kind of players you're going to need to have success in this league and who's available.
Well, definitely when you think about it from an availability standpoint, when you have Gilbert Arenas as well as Perry Jones, you want to try to fit somebody that can actually fit into the equation. Like Cubes alluded to earlier, they added Lamar Odom as another captain to their team. So if you're looking at that roster, because Gilbert will be a main guy that will be taking the shot and have the load from an offensive standpoint, you want to provide more size and more toughness for that team.
Well, you mentioned toughness. Rick Mahorn, you know his guys are going to be tough. Cube, did anybody stand out yesterday as you were watching players, somebody that might bring that physical style of play that you know Rick is looking for?
I think they're going to go with Chris Johnson. I mean, he got busy. You know, he went out there and did his thing. He's a big, he can move. But also I think they need a smaller point. I think they need somebody who can really, you know, kind of duck, dash, and dish. And so the pick is in. Here we go.
All right, the pick is in. They didn't even need their 3 minutes. Let's go to the podium. Clyde Drexler.
And with the first pick, the enemy's pick, Royce White.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, so there it is. We mentioned earlier that 27 is now eligible to be playing in the Big 3, and at 27 years old, Royce is going to bring some young blood. 6'8", power forward. He's been playing in the Canadian Pro League, but he's built quite a reputation there.
Well, definitely he's built quite a reputation, but Royce Wright is a competitor. I know he had some issues early on, but I tell you this, he's competitive, he can play the game, and most people don't know because I'm actually really studying everybody that he's been doing MMA to get ready to get tough in the game basketball.
Uh-oh, so
Yes.
that's Rick Mahorn's going to love that, right? And there he is, Cube, with the enemy's 1 jersey. So the first pick of the Big 3 2019 draft is Royce White. Your thoughts, Cube?
Great pick. You know, like he said, you know, he has some issues in the NBA, but, you know, it's a new day. I believe he's going to come into the Big 3 and show out. And this is a great pick for the enemies, exactly what they needed.
All right, so Royce is standing by now with Michael Rappaport. Michael?
All right, I am here with Royce White. How does it feel to be back in professional basketball?
Man, first of all, man, just all praise to the Most High. I'm blessed, man. It's been a tough journey, but God saves the best missions for his toughest soldiers, so I'm ready.
I know everybody's excited to see you play. You've had a storied situation. I'm excited to see you play. What was your takeaway from the combine, seeing some of your old peers, some of your old foes yesterday at the combine?
Man, it's always good to get around the guys, man. You know, I didn't get a chance to meet a lot of these guys that I grew up watching, so to be able to meet a lot of these guys for the first time, like I said, I'm blessed.
What do you got left in the tank, Royce? You're a young 27. What are you going to bring to the Big 3? You're the number 1 pick of Season 3. What do you got?
I'm 6'8", 270. I'm a point guard. it's only two of me in the world. One of them live in Hollywood. The other one's standing here with you.
The other one's on vacation. Congratulations. Everybody's happy to see you here, man.
Appreciate it.
Guys?
Yeah, Michael, that's a kind way of saying LeBron missed the playoffs. I love that. I'm 6'8", 270. I'm our point guard, and there's only one other like that.
I love it. It's cocky. You know, this is what the league is about.
Well, you talk about that, and I know, Corey, I'll get your thoughts on that too. Some of the pro sports leagues kind of shy away from the, let's call it, healthy banter.
Yeah.
But not the big three.
No.
And that's one of the things I think fans really embrace.
Well, it's something I grew up watching. You know, I grew up watching guys, you know, getting in each other's face, you know, and a guy talking trash will make you play harder than your mama screaming. So, you know, it's really, you know, part of who we are in American sports, and I'm glad to see us back.
You like it?
Well, I do. I like it. I think, honestly, you look in the game of any, well, first of all, any sport, you're going to have guys that have their personal ego. And you got to have a personal ego to be the best in your field.
Yeah.
And what I love about Cube, not only you bring back that toughness and that swagger, but also you give players a second chance to go out there, reintroduce themselves back to their fans.
Yeah. All right. Well, the second pick in the first round belongs to Lisa Leslie. And let's take a look at the triplets' current roster. If you're not familiar, there is a captain and 2 co-captains, and then 3 roster players, bench support. Those are the players that will be filled out tonight in the draft. And I understand the pick is in. Clyde is making his way to the podium to announce the number 2 pick. Clyde?
All right. Next on the clock are the triplets. For the second pick in the first round of the Big 3 draft. They are now on the clock.
Pick is in.
They didn't need much time. Their pick is Chris Johnson.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So Chris Johnson goes number 2. Cube, you thought that he may go number 1 to the enemies. Instead, he is the second overall pick. Lisa Leslie going with Chris.
Hey, man, he showed out yesterday. I heard a lot of captains want this guy. And, you know, I'm happy for him. You know, the triplets, they got a squad that's well-balanced. You know, I think, you know, grabbing this center, you know, you add a forward and another point to it. And, hey, they got a nice first squad and second squad. So
Corey,
great pick.
6'11". Clearly, size is very important in the Big 3 game. How will he fit in?
Well, I think it would fit great. And when you have Joe Johnson as one of the players that can play the one position as well as 6'8", you got a player that's 6'11" that they can run that high screen and roll to get shots off. But it's just going to be a great addition for the triplets also from a defense standpoint.
All right, so it's Gennaro Pargo, Joe Johnson, Al Jefferson, and Chris Johnson now, the 4th member of the expansion triplets. And as he's making his way down the row of dignitaries from the 12 teams, he finds Michael Rappaport, and that's where we go now. Michael?
All right, Chris, number 2 pick. How you feeling, my friend?
Feel great. Just ready to go.
Lisa Leslie, Hall of Famer. Are you excited to be coached by the Hall of Famer?
It's a pleasure.
What was your takeaway from the combine yesterday? Ran into some people you played against. It's a different brand of basketball. What was your takeaway from the guys yesterday?
Just surprised at how many came out, and a lot of faces that I recognized from high school and college, and it was just fun just to compete.
All right, well, listen, you're very talkative. I like that about you. Congratulations on being the second pick. Enjoy the season. Season 3 of the Big 3, my friend. Let's go, guys.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. The draft is flying by. The 3rd pick is in. Clyde, who is it?
Now, with the 3rd pick in the first round, the 3-headed monsters select Larry Sanders.
Wow. Good pick.
Great pick.
It didn't take long for Larry to be taken off the board. We kind of felt like he would be one of the top 3 or 4 players taken. He is 3rd overall to the 3-headed monsters. Corey, what do you make of that?
Well, first of all, I had the pleasure of playing with Larry in Milwaukee, and I really think he provides great size, and from a defense standpoint, a great shot blocker, and also when you have the players from that roster running high pick and rolls, and he can actually step out and hit that mid-range jump shot, but it's definitely a great pickup for them.
Cube, again, a 6'11" center.
Yes.
So 2 of the first 3 picks, we're seeing big size in the middle. Good strategy in your mind?
You know, big size that can move, you know, and these guys can move, they can play. You need size in the Big 3. It's physical in the paint, so you don't want to get pushed around. You want guys that can handle themselves. And this is a great pick. The three-headed monsters are going to be a formidable opponent this year.
All right, just 30 years old. Michael, this guy's young and he's ready to go.
Larry Sanders, one of the great names in all of sports. You're 30 years young. How excited are you to be in the Big 3 now?
Really excited, man. I couldn't wait to come out here and see these guys. Been watching the league for 3 years now and seeing it grow and progress, and happy to be a part of it now.
14-second clock. Are you ready? It's quick, quick, quick.
Hey, no 3 seconds in the paint. That's all I care about.
And how excited are you to finally be able to, like, legally hand check?
Yeah, right, that too. I see that too. A lot of fouling. You know I like to foul, so.
All right, Larry. Listen, everybody's excited. You got a fantastic name. We got a fantastic league. Fellas, this is going beautifully.
All right, very good. Michael, thanks. Last played in the NBA in 2017 with the Cavs. Picks 1 through 3 are in. Charles Oakley and the Killer Threes are on the clock. They're next when we come back live from Las Vegas.
No. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Big 3 2019 player draft. 3 picks are in. The last 2 going with size. Chris Johnson, Larry Sanders, a couple of 6'11" centers. Right now, the number 4 pick on the clock, the Killer Threes, and I understand that pick is in. Clyde?
And now, with the 4th pick in the first round of the 2019 Big 3 draft, the Killer Threes select Josh Powell.
Wow.
Now on the clock are the Ball Hogs.
All right. I'll start with you, Cube. What do you make of that?
Hey, you know, he played last year in the Big 3. You know, obviously, Jax liked what he saw. You know, I've always liked his game. And, you know, I think it's a great pick. You know, it's like, you know, he's going with a familiar face. He knows how this guy plays. And he wanted him back. So he's back.
Well, I think that familiarity certainly goes a long way in this league, particularly when you're playing with such small rosters. Talk about that aspect of it, the familiarity, guys that you know.
Well, first of all, when you play with a player that you're familiar with, you have more chemistry. And I think with Steven Jackson being the captain now, they really wanted to bring some people in that understands their role. And I know Josh Powell understands his role. He's a great shot blocker. He can actually step out and shoot that mid-range, and they added him to that roster.
All right, Michael?
Josh, you're back with your guys, the Killer Threes. Wow. I considered this team last year to be a disappointment. What are you guys going to do this year to make it different? Last year, I love that team. Oakley's my guy. Euro Trill is my guy. But last year, you guys, you didn't show improve. They picked you again. What are you going to do personally, my friend, to change things this season? You think I'm going to softball question you? If Oakley was here, I'd do it myself, and if I had to finger point him, I'd finger point him. That's my guy. Answer the question, sir.
We're going to get it together. It's all good.
All right. Are you excited to be back, Big 3, Season 3?
Absolutely, guys.
All right. Good luck. And what do you think about Stack's new look? I call him French Trill.
Man, he the swag champ.
Swag champ. Guys, this is going to be a great season. I can feel it already.
Look, Michael is fully embracing the smack talk mentality. You got to love the questions. I mean, what, Oak's team last year, 3-5.
Yeah.
I guess you would qualify this as a surprise pick, right?
I'm surprised, but you think about last year, Steven Jackson missed one of those games. You didn't really have your captain in Chauncey Billups, who didn't play, had a lot of TV things and couldn't get to play for their team. But honestly, the Killer Threes are a very dangerous team. They're a very confident team, and also they're well coached in Charles Oakley.
All right, very good. So pick 5 belongs to the Ball Hogs, and I love that because that gives us a chance now to marry together again, and I use the word marry on purpose, Michael and Brian Scalabrine. Michael?
Guys, I am here with Brian Scalabrine, and I just want to be clear, Season 3. If you play any games or try any funny stuff, I'll drop the mic and put up the fist.
Me and you?
Yes, sir.
I like the chances of that one.
All right, now, talk about disappointments. This team, I love this team. You got a Hall of Fame coach. We have you. What are we going to do to change things around finally for the Ball Hogs?
Hopefully draft a guy in a minute and get a good player.
In 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6. What are you going to do? Clyde, it's your time. These guys are on the clock. Scalabrine has dropped the ball again.
Once again, a turnover. But, all right, with the 5th pick in the first round of the 2019 Big 3 draft, the Ball Hall select Will McDonald.
Okay, so 1-7 last year, and Rick Barry trying to do whatever he can to turn that around. Brian Scalabrini's the captain. You've got Josh Childress and Deshaun Stevenson as the co-captains. Thoughts on this pick?
Hey, they're grabbing who they need. He seems like a big guy who can definitely help in the middle, and we'll see what it do. It's a surprising pick, but let's see.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think it's that much of a surprise because Scalabrini as well as Barry, they want to find some size, right? They need more size. You look at surrounding, and they had a few guys that can shoot the basketball, and Deshaun Stevenson. On the flip side, you had Josh Childress, but you need something in interior. You just saw the first couple picks. You got 6'11", 6'10", so you're going to need someone to guard those players.
Yeah, true. Size has definitely ruled the day. Michael standing by live now with the 5th pick. Michael?
Busting butts yesterday. How did it feel to get it down yesterday at the Combine?
I mean, the best part about it is I came out here with a bunch of guys that I don't know. So it's not a friendly thing for me. It's business and it's a job.
I like that. This ain't a ticky-tack league. We're not playing games here. We're not friendly. We can hand check. We could do a lot of this. Okay, we could do a lot of different things. We could do a lot of that stuff. What are you most excited about for Big 3?
Exactly what you said. I get to get down there and play my game. I get to be physical, put on a show, and show the world something different.
All right, well, congratulations and good luck. The pick is in. Clyde, what do you got for me, my friend, mi amigo?
Well, with the 6th pick in the first round of the 2019 Big 3 draft, Tri-State selects Yakuba Diawara.
Wow. I like that pick.
Corey likes it. Why?
Well, first of all, I know him from the French Connection, and he definitely, at about 6'7", he's fast. He was known for in the league being a great defender, but he really expanded his game shooting the 3-ball, and he can guard multiple positions on the floor. So that's a really good pick for that team.
That's key, being able to play
Yes.
multiple positions, because at some point or another, you're going to be matched up against somebody that may seem like it's going to be a mismatch. You're going to be tested.
Well, early in the picks, when you think about the bigs, you have like a Larry Sanders that can guard multiple positions. Now you have a player that's at about that 6'7" size that can still guard those bigs and push them out the paint, but take them out to try to score the basketball.
Your thoughts, Q?
A great pick. This team right here has been like on the cusp of going to the championship, and maybe this is the guy that'll get them there.
Michael and Yakuba. Michael?
Yakuba, congratulations. Your coach, he's not here today, but he needs no introduction, Dr. J. How excited are you to play for the good doctor?
I'm very excited. First time ever. I know my old friend Jermaine O'Neal here. I played with him in Miami Heat, so I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait to put on the show and help the team.
Now, you look like you do a couple of push-ups. You're built here like I was a couple of years ago. Are you excited about the physicality of the Big 3?
Of course, that's what I came for. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait, and I can't wait to be out there.
Congratulations, you guys.
Michael, by a couple years ago, you mean 25?
I mean, it wasn't that far ago. That far ago.
Not that long ago. All right, the Aliens are on the clock. They will have the 7th pick, coached by Tiny Archibald. Find out which way they will go when we come back live from Las Vegas.
Welcome back to the 2019 Big 3 draft. And with the 7th pick in the first round, the Aliens select Big Greg Oden.
Wow.
So there it is.
Yeah.
Trilogy is now on the clock.
Not a surprise at all, particularly the way the draft has gone so far. We've talked about these 6'11" guys are off the board, and you're going to need size, and the 7-footer certainly is going to help counter some of that.
Man, I'm excited that he's in the league. He's a guy who really couldn't show what he could do in the NBA, and I think he's going to come in this league and really show the people what he can do on the basketball court. Definitely going to help the Aliens. And he got a story to tell, so that's great for the league.
Certainly has a story to tell. We know about the injuries,
Yes,
and that's been difficult. You could probably give him a word of advice on how to come back from something like that and make it work in this league.
Jay, this is an opportunity for second chances, and Greg Oden was a very dominant player in college. And when he went down with that knee injury, it cut his NBA game short. But one thing about Greg Oden, he's ambidextrous. He can shoot the ball with his right hand and left hand. And in college, he actually broke his hand, and he had to actually practice the other way. So now the Aliens get a player that actually has great skill in the low post.
All right, Michael, take it away.
Greg Oden, the man, the myth, the legend. You are back in professional basketball. How does it feel, my friend?
Weird. Weird.
Are you excited? I mean, it must be fun for you to be around some guys you've seen, some guys you played against, some guys you grew up watching.
Yeah, it is. You know, for me, it's just a lot of fun to see all these guys I haven't seen for a while. I'm excited to play again and hopefully win some games. So.
Listen, Greg, I'm going to keep it funky with you. We knew what you could do, but what can you do now, season 3 of the Big 3? What do you have left in the tank, my friend?
We will all see together.
All right, well, good luck. I know everybody wants to see you succeed. I can't wait to see you out there. And congratulations being back in professional basketball.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, this is great.
Hey, I like the answer. We're all going to find out. The trilogy, 3 and 5 last year. They're on the clock, and that 8th pick is in. Go ahead, Clyde.
Yeah. With the 8th pick in the first round of the 2019 Big 3 draft, Trilogy selects Patrick O'Brien.
Okay, Patrick
The
O'Brien.
Bivouacs are on the clock.
Patrick O'Brien will join the trilogy. I mentioned 3 and 5 last season. Kenyon Martin is the coach. Jason Terry, the captain. What do you think they saw here in Patrick that made them want to call his name?
Well, first of all, it's all about the size. And you look at who they have on their team. And with adding David Hawkins, who was sensational last season as a co-captain, and James Flight White, you need some more size. You need a player that can actually step out and actually hit that mid-range jump shot. And Patrick O'Brien can definitely fill that void for Trilogy.
So the Bivouac, now one of the expansion teams, are on the clock. They will pick next as Patrick makes his way to Michael. Let's send it down there.
All right, you're in the Big 3. The name of the team is the Bivouacs.
No.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I got a lot to prove. I just want to show everybody what I can do. Show them that I still got a lot left in the tank.
All right, no, I made a mistake. You're with an ex-champion team. Pardon me. There's people talking in my ear. What can you do to bring this team back to its championship days?
That I can get JT open. I can do everything. I can do whatever we need to do to win.
All right, well, I'm excited to have you. I'm excited to see the trilogy, see what they could do. Got new management, new faces. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Guys. All right, Michael, thank you very much. So the trilogy have their first round pick now. The Bivouac, we mentioned, an expansion team. Mm-hmm. They are on the clock. As they think about what they want to do, Reggie Theus, Josh Smith is the captain. Any ideas at all what they would need to add?
Well, definitely more size. They have an electrifying point guard, from Chicago, for fellow Chicago myself, and Will Bynum. And then you have one of the best shooters I've ever seen, me personally, Anthony Morrow. I played with him in Golden State, that can flat out shoot the basketball. So that is a team that you'll definitely see more 4 point shots.
The pick is in. Let's go down to Commissioner Clyde Drexler.
And with the 9th pick in the first round of the 2019 Big 3 draft, the Bivouac select Sean Williams.
Size.
The Ghost Ballers are on the clock.
All right, Sean Williams will join the expansion Bivouac.
Love this pick.
This is a good pick.
I love Shawnee. Honestly, he was one of the originators in the NBA of being a stretch 4. So he's about 6'9", 6'10", that can flat out shoot the basketball. So now, when you run that high pick and roll with a Will Bynum, he can actually step out and shoot the 3 and the 4. So you provide size and shooting and skill level with Sean Williams.
6'10", 6'11", 7 foot. We were talking in the commercial break. No question the trend of this draft is to go big.
I'm surprised because I talked to Josh Smith yesterday, and I was like, "You gonna get a big?" He's like, "No, I'm gonna get another wing player." I'm like, "Okay, you better get some bigs, man."
Well, he's playing ball. Is what he's doing.
He saw what was going on, and he made the right move. He got a big.
All right, Michael standing by now with the most recent pick, Sean Williams. Michael?
Sean Williams, the first ever pick of the Bivouacs. You're one of the OG stretch fours when you played in the NBA. What will you be bringing to season 3 of the Big 3?
I'm going to be bringing a little bit more. You know, I'm going to still shoot, play a little defense, a little post, and do whatever it takes to win.
What are you thinking about all these guys here? Yesterday you had the combine. You showed out. You're a first-round pick. What was your takeaway from the competition so far?
It was high-level competition yesterday. A lot of people came out. A lot of people came and brought their A game. And I just say it was a great turnout.
All right, well, congratulations. Everybody's looking to see what you got left in the tank. Can't wait to see you out there season 3 of the Big 3, fellas.
All right, Michael, thanks. 33 years old. There's plenty left.
Oh, yeah,
You would
without
think.
doubt. You know, the difference between Sean Williams and any other big, he's the only one that can actually shoot the three. So it's going to be tough for those other big men.
Welcome back to the Big 3 2019 player draft. The last pick is in. Let's go to Clyde.
Not yet.
Clyde, go ahead, my man. You're up.
And with the last pick in the first round of the 2019 Big 3 draft, the Ghost Ballers select Jamario Moon.
So Jamario Moon is off the board. George Gervin will add Moon to Mike Bibby, Ricky Davis, and Carlos Boozer. What do you think of that pick?
Well, I like the pick because last season he actually got picked up late by the three-headed monsters. And now Jamario Moon, that 6'8" frame, he can shoot the four-point shot and he can guard multiple positions. And when you think about the combination with Ricky Davis, who led the Big 3 last year in scoring, and one of the most dominant players in the low post in Carlos Boozer, you need someone else that can guard those positions and shoot the basketball.
So as Moon holds up his jersey, I guess the overall headline of the first round is bigs, right?
Pretty much, yeah. You know, guys went with size. I'm a little surprised that the Ghost Ballers didn't go with size, but this is a great pick. This guy, you know, he can play. You know, he scored 27 points in his first Big 3 game and won the game on a 4-point shot. So, you know, people have been watching him for a while.
We're familiar with his game. Michael Rappaport with Jamario now. Michael?
Jamario, you're back in the Big 3. Last year you showed out as soon as you got into the league. How you feeling about joining the league season 3?
Man, I'm feeling great. I can't wait to get started. I'm happy to be off the board because I drank a big bottle of Fiji up there and I didn't wear any Huggies. So,
what was your takeaway last year? What was your takeaway about Big 3 basketball?
you know what? The last game of the season, I had to guard Jermaine O'Neal. And I thought we were friends, but I found out real quick how much of a friend I was. So, you know, it was real physical. He made me go to the gym and put on a little more muscle. So I'm ready for season 3.
Well, you're looking ready to go. Congratulations. I'm excited to see you play. Guys, this first round's done.
All right, it's done. And as we take a look in overview of the 10 picks, I mentioned the bigs. I like something you said in the commercial break, Corey. If you're coming into the league as a big and you're not familiar with how things are going to go, you said you better be able to guard on the wings because at some point you're going to be forced into that role.
Well, definitely, and I think even with just talking about team power, we got some really dominant players that can play the wing. Coutinho Mobley is probably one of the toughest ones, as well as myself. But when you look at those positions, you want to make sure you guard, you draft with those bigs that can actually move laterally. And I think starting with the enemies, when you think about Royce White, that 6'8", 270 frame, he can move, he can guard those bigs, and then later on, you kind of finish out with Sean Williams, who's the only one on that draft from a stretch four, and Jamario Moon that can shoot the basketball, shoot that three.
Your thoughts, overview of the first round?
Kind of how I figured, you know, I knew guys was going to go for size. You know, when you look and you see Tri-State with Jermaine O'Neal and Amari Stoudemire, you look at their squad with Big Baby and Birdman, you know, you got to have a little girth in there. And I'm glad because the Big 3 is a place the big man can have a life.
Yes.
You know, in the NBA, they running them out the league, but in our league, you can have a life in the Big 3. So
come on over to the Big 3.
Yes,
absolutely. So 10 picks in the books. That's the first round. We're going to jumble up the entire order for the second round. This league has a draft lottery for each round. The bivouac, the expansion bivouac, on the clock to start round 2 when we come back.